girls. This is your math lesson 6.4, counting by ones and tens. This is on your schedule for Thursday, April 30th. I'm going to quickly go over it so that way you can do some of them on your own. Basically what it is counting on by ones or counting on by tens. So we are going to have to look at each of these problems and see if they're counting on if the ones place value is changing or if the tens place value is changing. And remember, anytime we get to 10, it goes to the next 10. So just like if you're at 29, you switch to 30. If you're at 39, you switch to 40. So think about when you're counting by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it keeps going, and you can even do that like here on number 1 where they started at 396, then they kept going 397, 398, 399, and once we get to 99 here, it went to 400. Okay, so let me get my tools out here. So here I could see if I have my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. So here's my hundreds, my tens, and my ones. And I go to the next one. The only thing that changed was my ones. So then I have 6, and I have 7, and then this should be 8, and I have 398, 399. But after 399, I don't say 310, right? After 99, if you were to even just not look at this 3, 99 switches to 100. So if I'm here at 3, then I need to go up and I need to make my next 100. So 399, 400. And then I'm still only looking at my ones place value. This one's going up by ones. So 400, 401, 402, 403, 404. So this one is going up by ones. But remember, anytime you are at 9, the next number makes the next 10. So 9 turns to 10. If anything has, if I were to say 59, the next number would be what? A new 10. So 59 turns to 60. Okay, so you have to really pay attention to anytime you get to a 9, like 99 or 59, 60, anytime you're getting to a 9 as the next thing, it's going to make a next 10, or like right here, we moved on to the next 100, okay? So you have to be able to count by ones. You have to be able to count by tens. Do it with me, ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. And you can keep going. If I'm at 100, I can keep going up by tens. It just starts over with 100 in front of it. So just like I say 10, 20, 30, I say 110, 120, 130, okay? So it keeps going up by tens, but I have 100 in its place. And then what would be the next 100? 200, okay? So for these, look here, we have 594, 595. So my 5 is the same, my 9 is the same, and so you guessed it, I'm only going up by 1. So I copy 590, and what's the next number after 5? 6. I'm just counting on like 4, 5, 6, right? And then I keep going because I'm not at my 9 yet. 590, what comes after 6? 7. And keep going, 598, 590, and then 9. Okay, here I am, just like I said here. Now I go on, but I'm at 599. So if I'm at 99, right, what's the next number when you're counting? 98, 99. It changes to 100, right? But I'm at 599. So what's the next 100 after 500? So if you go 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, what is it? 600. So just like here, the 100, just like from 300 to 400, we went 500 to 600. And then again, I'm at 0, and I'm starting back over by ones. 0, 1, and then this one, it should fit right in 2, 602. If what you went from here to here doesn't match, excuse me, then you know you made a mistake somewhere, okay? So if I was at 600 here and then it went 602, then I know I made a mistake somewhere. It's got to connect to these last numbers. Okay, so again, I have 297, 298. Okay, my hundreds is the same, my tens is the same. So again, we're looking at our ones. 7, 8, and then I copy 290. And what's the next number? 9. Oh, ding, ding, ding. Here I am at 99 again. So I'm back here. So if I'm at 99, I make the new 100, but I'm at 200. So what 100 comes after 200? 100, 200, 300. So anytime you get to that 99, a little bell in your head should say, oop, it's the next 100, okay? When we're going by ones. So here I am at 300, get my pen back, and then I'm just going up again by ones. Let's see here. So I'm going to be at 301, 302, 303, and then so see how I'm just going up 1, 2, 3, and I'm copying over that 3 and that 0, and then 4, and then from 4 to 5. So it flowed right into that, okay? This time they didn't give you the second number. So this, we've already seen the pattern, it's going up by ones. So for this one, what you're going to do is you're going to fill it in going up by ones. So they're not giving you the next number, but I'm telling you to go up by ones. If you hit that 99, then the little bell in your brain goes ding, ding, ding. You know you need the next 100, okay? So pause this video, and I want you on a scratch piece of paper. I don't care if it's construction paper, whatever you're using, whatever you see lying around, pause this video, and I want you to fill in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 spaces, and then it should go right into 503. Then do number 5, number 6. So pause me right now and complete that. Okay, so you should have just completed 4, 5, and 6. So you should have paused the video and do this. So I'm going to go over it with you. So I'm copying my 400 and my 90, and then I'm going up by 1. So from 5, I go to 6. Then if I have 490 again, I'm not at 99 yet, I go up to 7. So I'm at 498. And then I go up one more, 490. What comes after 8? 9. Did the bell in your head go off? Ding, 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 right? Ring, ring. So now I need to go to my next 100. So what 100 comes after 4? 100, 200, 300, 400. Then 500. Good. And then you just continue going up by ones. Don't forget to put this 500. Don't skip that 500 and just go to 501. I've seen that mistake happen. You don't skip that 500, okay? You need to have that 100 just like in all of those. And then look from 2 to 3, so I know I'm correct. 598, so I'm going to copy the 5 and the 9, my hundreds and tens place value, and then in my ones, I'm going to go up one more. Oh, ding, 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 the bell in my head's going off, 599, and ooh, look, we already did that up here, so if you saw that, you already know what to do, but you can count by hundreds, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, and then what's going to be the next one? 600. Don't forget it. And then now we're just going to copy the hundreds and tens place and then go up by 1. 601, 602, 603, 604, 605, 606. So good. Flowed right into that. So 698, 699, and oh, my bell's going off. 699. So I got to count to see what the next 100 is. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. Okay, and then I keep going. 701, 702. It's like I restart all over in my ones. 703, 704, and oh, 705. So I know that that's correct. Okay, so all of these we know went up by ones. So over here, again, this is your workbook page, so I'm taking this straight from our workbook. This time, we're going up by tens, okay? So this time, instead of thinking about looking for the 99 for the new 100, this time I'm looking for 90, okay? Because if I count by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, and then what comes after? What's the next 10? 100. So whenever you're counting by tens, if you get to 90, then that's going to make the new 100, okay? So let me show you here. So this time you're copying your hundreds and your ones is going to be 0. The ones is always going to be a 0 because look, if I look at my ones place value, always 0. So what's going to be changing is our hundreds and our tens. So I have 460, 470, 480, 490. Oh, ding, 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 there's my 90. So what 100 comes after 400? And they showed you right here, 500. Okay, then we're not going up by ones anymore. Now we're going up by 10. So your tens place value needs to be changing. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's actually 10. So 510, 520, 530, 540. Look, I'm following this same pattern, 10, 20, 30, 40, but this time I have 500 in front of it, okay? So this one's 370, 380, so I'm copying 300, and what comes after 80? Here's 80, 309, oops, lost my pen, sorry. 390, oh, my bell's going off with my tens. Now I'm at my next 100. So what 100 comes after 300? 100, 200, 300, 400. But this is a little tricky because this time you copy your hundreds, and then now I'm going to start over here. So 410, 400, and what's the next 10? 20, 400, and look here, 30, 400, oops, 40, and then 450 should be my next one, okay? So tens is a little tricky because we're not changing our ones position. We're changing this middle here and sometimes the 100 when I get to 90. So make sure you're changing the middle, your tens. Like if I were to put HTO, we're going up by 10, so our tens place value should be changing. So 640, 650, so I'm at 40, 50. Then the next thing should be 600 and then 60. 670, so look, my 6 goes up to 7, and what comes after 7? 8, and that's 80. What comes after 8? 9, and that's 90, and oh, ding, 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 here I'm at 90. So what comes after 600? 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, and then don't forget that 700, and then the next thing, we start all over. So you're back here at your 10s and then 20s. So again, I want you to pause this video and I want you to try it. Remember, this time you're going up by 10s. Okay, so pause this video and do number 10, 11, 12 on your own. Okay, so you should have 10, 11, 12 completed, and you should unpause me. I'm going to quickly go over these because I have one more little thing I want to show you. So from 580, you should have went to 590, and your bell should have went off in your head. And from 500, we go to 600, then 610, 620, 600, 30, 640, 650, and then 660 would be next. Good. So I know that that's correct. 760, 770, 780. I'm just following the same pattern with 700 in front of it. 790. Oh, my bell goes off. After 700 is 800. Then 810, 820, and then from 20, I know I go to 330, so I'm correct there. 840, 850, 860, 870, 880, 800. Oh, we're going a while. Oh, there it is, 90. So after 800, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900. And then after 900, we start back over, so it should be 910. So please check your work with mine, see if you got this correct. If you have any questions, write them down or ask them around you to message me if I can help. But we're just going up by ones in the pink and then by tens here in the red. And there's one little piece that I'm going to show you next. Okay, so we already completed going up by ones, going up by tens. here. So this last little piece that I wanted to show you is something we've seen before. We've seen this little box here in our workbooks, and then they ask us to write numbers in different ways. So we can draw numbers. So let me show you a few of the different ways we can write numbers. So we can draw numbers, right? So we have our hundreds block, our 10 stick, and our 1 circle. We can write out the number. So if I wanted to write 137, right? I can write out the number name. So that's what they did here. 125. I write out the words. So then I can also write it out in words. Okay, so there's all kinds of different ways that we can show the same number. So we can draw it, we can write it in number symbols, we can write it in words, okay? We can also do it in equations and pictures, all kinds of different stuff. So these three are the main ones, okay? So what they gave you here is they gave you the number in a word, and they want you to write it into the number with the symbols, okay? So the numbers like that we draw are kind of like symbols. So 100, okay, 25. So I write 125 like that, okay? So I have my 100, I have 20, and I have 5. So number 14 is 458. I want you to try, take a second. 458. So 458. Okay. 631. Try it. 631. 962. Should have 962. 840. Don't let this trick you. 840. So what does the number 40 look like? I'll give you an extra second. Don't let it trick you. So we do have 800, right? And then 40. So what is that? If you forgot, you could look here and you see that that's what 40 looks like. And I found that word right there. So 800, and I know I draw 40 with a 4 and a 0. There is nothing in the ones place value, okay? 18 says 703. We'll be very careful with this one. Don't let it trick you. 703. There's a place value that's not there, so you're going to need a 0 somewhere. Try it. I'll give you a couple seconds. So you should have put 703. So there should be a 0 in the 10 spot and a 3 in the ones, because 3 is a single digit number. Okay, so I had you do this with me. So now what I'm going to do is here in these blue here, I'm going to write a couple numbers, and I want you to use this chart. So you can pause the video or save this. Use this chart to write it out in words. So if I write 592, 650, 605, and 1,000. I want you to take a second, write these down on a piece of paper, and write it out in words. So here, whatever I say, or whatever you say, however you say this number, 592 is what you're going to write. So I said 592. So write that in words. And all the spelling is here. Look, 500, look for the number 90, look for the number 2. And you're going to write that out. 592. This one is 650. So this one's just like 17 here. So look for 600, look for 50. This one's 605. Okay, remember we don't say and anymore. So it's not 605, it's just 605. And that one's like number 18. And this one is 1,000, because this number is 1. We don't say 1,000, it is 1,000. And how do you write that out? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and let you work on that. When you're done with this in your notebook, then you're going to go on Connect Ed. I mean, not Connected, you're going to go to Think Central. Silly Mrs. Coyle, my mistake. Think Centrals for Math, and then you're going to look for 6.4. That's today's for Thursday, and complete that, and it's going to be on things that I taught you today. Okay? You got this. Good luck.